Scott LaPlante, think active, think process. I'm walking, I'm talking. When Scott Crueger asked me to say a few words today, all I could think about is, I am so envious of you. You're retiring at age 60. I am 59 and a half. I know damn well I'm not going to be able to retire at 60, and I can't tell you how jealous I am. I'll probably die like doing a live shot at Snoqualmie Pass with only an Elmer Fudd cap and a red coat to keep me warm. But I don't want you to feel badly. I don't want you to worry about me because I know you'll be having a good time traveling and dancing with your beloved wife. But don't think about the people you're leaving behind, you know, the little guys. It'll be okay. We'll be all right, Scott. I assure you of that. Good luck.
When Scott first came to Seattle, he was really a cool guy. We worked together really well. Then he became a manager and became a real jerk.
Hey Scott, we remember you at Rich Marriott's parties and great conversations with you and Diane, and have a great time and enjoy your new future.
Hey, lucky you, Scott. Good luck in your life to come, and I really enjoy working with you.
Hey Scott, I hope you have a great retirement, and thanks for putting up with all the problems, especially on Election Day in the web.
Hey Scott, it's Sam Argier here in the Cairo 7 Weather Center. Thank you so much for all that you've done to help us out here in the weather department. It's been a pleasure working with you and knowing you the last 4 years since I've been at Cairo. Thanks for getting me an iPhone, number one and first and foremost, and also enjoy the retirement years. Hope you and Diane enjoy some great times together and are able to travel and enjoy yourselves. Again, Scott, congratulations on an incredible career. Take care.
So not many people will know this, but I actually met Scott LaPlante not in Seattle, but in Charlotte. We went for News Channel for a meeting there, and there's two things. This is about 1992, 94 maybe, and there's two things with him that have remained the same. One is that laugh, something like that, much louder, and two is that he likes to drink beer. And I believe we got busted in the lobby drinking too much beer at the Charlotte convention, but Scott, we're going to miss you. The industry is going to miss you, and I hope we just don't find you as a news story when your crabbing goes wrong on Whidbey Island. Best of luck to you. Take care, and I know I'll see you somewhere down the road.
Scott. Oh yeah, I remember Scott. He was at King for a long time, and then he went off to some other station, and we never heard from him again. Scott, where are you? Come home, buddy.
What?
This is your goodbye to Scott.
I'll say goodbye to Scott in person.
So Scott, you won't remember this, but I interned at King 5 News back in '96, and guess who was there? Scott LaPlante. Head down, focused, always working hard. And then I came here, I thought, what the heck happened to that guy? He's just aloof, and he doesn't do anything around this place. Kidding, of course. Scott, best of luck in the next chapter of your life. Cairo will certainly miss you. We'll do just fine here without you, but we will miss you. You're a solid part of our newsroom, and always able to get things done, get questions answered, and I'll get your cell phone number so that I can call you when I have problems with my laptop.
Oh, Scott, we hate to see you leave. Sorry to hear this. This is horrible news, and I can't even speak anymore. Your turn.
Mr. LaPlante, before I came to Cairo, I heard a lot about that Scott LaPlante at Cairo, who used to work for NBC, and how much people at NBC missed him, and there's a good reason. I think since I got here, you have helped me get through 15 Blackberries and now to the iPhone, which you have refused to go to. You are still on the world's oldest Blackberry. Oh, Scott Crueger says he is also on a Blackberry. Well, yours doesn't have a camera, and I'll bet his does. We will miss you. We will miss you every day you're not here. We will call you and ask you iNews questions. Oh, and if Amanda Knox goes back to Italy, are you available?
This for Scott Schwartz, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Scott, great, and let's go sailing again sometime and see if we picked up some of your expertise.
Hey Scott, hey everybody. My name's Tony Ventrella. I've worked at Como, King, Cairo, Q13,
Comcast. I'm trying to think of the other stations, 76 at Texaco. Anyway, Scott, I have great memories of you as a leader, as a teacher. I learned a lot from you, believe it or not, and I know that is hard to believe. I remember the 88 Summer Olympic Games in Seoul. You did a great job leading that crew, and best of luck to you in retirement, although frankly, I've thought you've kind of been retired anyway the last 10 years. Good luck.
Hi Scott, you're probably watching this on the beach somewhere. If you've got a nice little DVD player, you've got to have all kinds of technology stuff that you maybe borrowed from Cairo. You brought it back. Well, anyway, it's Lazinski. Thank you very much for having me around. What's it been, 28 years, since 84, 83 at King that I've known you, and then back to Cairo here, and it's been great working with you. I've learned a ton, and I wish you the best in your retirement. See you. Have a good time.
I remember the first time I saw and met Scott LaPlante. It was at King Television, and it was 1983. And Scott came into my office and said, you know, here at King, here's the way we do it. And I said to Scott, screw you. And that's been our relationship pretty much ever since. Happy retirement, Scott. You're a winner.
Well, Scott, I don't know what to say. It's been a very, very long road. I can't say enough about how much we have enjoyed having you here since Greg left us for the guys across the street. Thanks for everything, and I really wish you the best in your retirement, and hopefully you don't forget about us here at the Mighty Seven.
Oh, well, I have been putting this off for a bit because obviously I have not been in any hurry to say goodbye to you. You know, you were one of those folks that kind of made it easy for me to transition into this place, and you know, everybody around here knows how much you've meant. You've seen us through a lot, you know, the analog age, the digital age, the Avid age, the tape-to-tape age, the P2, the live view. You've brought us through a bunch, and we appreciate you for it. Hopefully we'll be able to continue to move on without you. I'm not so sure. But hey, that's the way TV goes, right? You know, one thing I can say that your departure is going to mean is just a little less confusion as it concerns with the name Scott. You know, we got plenty of y'all around, and one less, you know, that might make things a little bit easier, but, you know, that we'll deal with. All I got to say is I know you got plans, you know, family and friends and travel and all that. It's going to be good, but don't forget to every now and again, plant your butt in a seat and think about us. And we'd like to see you on any chance we get it. I'm going to get on into work now, so you be cool, and we'll talk to you soon. Love you, dude.
What about his temper?
Oh, I'm not going to say anything about his temper.
Hey, Scott, as I was thinking about doing this, I realized what a long time I've known you and known of you, first as a respected competitor and then as a valued colleague and a friend. It's been a lot of fun to work with you, and you've set the bar awfully high for the rest of us. We're going to miss you and hope you have a great retirement.
Hello, Scott. I wish you the best possible retirement. I hope it is absolutely awesome now that you're leaving the Fightin' Seven and everything goes your way. A few things you might be happy about being able to walk away from. That Skoke guy that would always ask you the same questions every year. You never knew which order they'd come in, but one, you know, far too often he'd come and say, can I ask you a question about this or that? Can I interrupt you, Scott? Well, that part is over. And another thing, you will now be able to relax and judge people and enjoy people and judge them at their best possible essence of what kind of person they are, not having to do with how good they are at 4:57 p.m. at feed time. That's over. You don't have to judge people according to whether they make slot. And I bet that's going to be wonderful for you. And lastly, it has been great working under you. It has been really cool to see how many hats you can wear covering the major disciplines of being an ops manager. And the guy coming in, he better have very big shoes because he's got very big shoes to fill left by you. So, Scott, take care. Have a great one. It's been good working with you.
Gosh, this darn computer, I cannot log on. LaPlante! My Amazon order was about ready to go through. He's not answering. He retired. Eric, do you have his number at Whidbey Island? I gotta call LaPlante. Ah, damn, I can't get on the computer. Anyway, Scott, that was my attempt at humor. I am so gonna miss you. I have great memories with you from Detroit, the Super Bowl, and just around the station, your laughter, your good humor. Thank you so much for so many great years here at Cairo. Best of luck always to you and Diane. We'll miss you.
Hey Scott, before you go, can I get another one of those things that goes on the computer, you know, for the air car, the one I keep breaking? Yeah, I've broken a lot of stuff over the last few years. Thank you so much for putting up with me on that and everything else. You know, I don't know if you know this, but you actually gave me my first paying job in television news. I haven't mentioned this to you before, but it was 1995. I was an intern at King in the summer, and then when the fall elections came around, I got a call from you seeing if I could report the returns from a precinct in Tacoma. And so I did that. I'm sure that the pay was very wonderful, commensurate with my fabulous experience at the time, but I do appreciate that exciting break into the business. I think I have a lot probably to blame you for because of that, but thank you so much for everything you've done for us at Cairo. You know, you are just a class act. You have got probably the hardest job in the building, and you've done it so well, and you've maintained throughout all of it being a good guy. So I will very much miss you at Cairo. Congratulations on your retirement. Good luck with whatever comes next, and hope to talk to you soon.
Scott LaPlante. The horror.
We sent Scott to a lot of places, and he was our editor. He was the chief editor. And I remember him going to the Grand Coulee Dam for a live shot that, if you looked at a map, we had sent this live shot clear to Spokane, over the mountains and around, and he was on his phone, and I kept talking to him. Are you all set? Are you ready to go? And it's okay. And right at airtime, we lost a link to Spokane. He was going crazy trying to figure that out. And eventually, we made it work, but it was a hard time for him. And but he got by, and he's learned, and now he's at Cairo, and he's been there for a number of years. What is it, 10, 15 years? It almost seems impossible.
Hey Scott, I have just a few things to say. You've been a great boss. I couldn't ask for better. A good friend and a good mentor. I'm going to miss you.
Well, Scott, I've known you and worked with you for 19 years. I consider you a friend and a mentor. I hope nothing but the best for you, Diane, your kids, and your grandkids. I told you I was going to keep it short. That's what you're going to get, because I'm going to start bawling if I make it longer. So that's what I did.
Scott LaPlante, Randy Yang, I will never forget the time you sat me down in the office after I dropped my camera off the bridge and you said, Randy, you're really fucked up. Stuck with me for the rest of my life, Scott. Thank you for stating the obvious. I will miss you. I will miss Diane, but good luck in the future. Take care.
The best editor I ever worked with, taught me so much. And I learned to love editing because I watched Scott create some of the greatest stories King ever produced.
I remember most of all, Scott never laughed. He hasn't, no, he's very, very serious guy.
Serious little guy.
Scott, I think you should lighten up.
Say speed.
Speed.
Scott, it's been a pleasure working with you. Best of luck to you.
Hi, Scott. We've loved working with you. I've loved working with you. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. I'm excited for you to go off and spread your wings and fly. And I don't even know if those wings work anymore because you've been here for so long. So hopefully when you spread your wings, you... now I'm ranting. I'm going on a rant. But what I want to say, love you lots, and we'll miss you. Bye. Your turn.
Scott, I can't believe you're leaving me right before the election. I don't know what I'm going to do without you. I'm really happy for you and all of your traveling expeditions ahead of you, but we're really going to miss you. And as Diane said when we first got that letter, we are so screwed.
Well, Scott, I tell you, I don't know what we're going to do without you, and particularly what I'm going to do without you, because Well, it's just been a pleasure working with you. I'm sure that I've brought some issues to your attention that you probably would have rather not hear about, but that's the job you had, and that's my job, coming to you with things that I know that you can help with. But I think the best part about it is that you've always helped me with my multitude of issues with a smile. You always laugh when I talk, and I will certainly miss that a lot. So I am so happy that you're going to be with your bride. She made an honest man of you, and I was so grateful about that, as you know. And so all the very best to you as you retire. We'll miss you, but I'm sure you'll have lots more to do than just coming around here. Bye-bye.
LaPlante hired me, and I worked at KTVB and Channel 7, and he called me up, and KJ called me up, and he called me up, and he chatted for a while, and then they hired me, which is really sweet. So the first, when I first came over, he sent me to do a story about these guys who were putting Atlantic salmon in this little pond, and he sent me out there kind of as a test thing. And then I came back and I cut it and I put it together, and he kind of tore it apart. He was like, "Oh God, no! You wouldn't want to start there. You wouldn't want to start here, whatever." And it was like, "Okay, I understand." I did it my way anyway. I still thought how I did it was better, but he took a big risk because I was like this little kid from Idaho, you know. It was sweet. He was always a great mentor, man. Yeah, I love Scott.
We're so happy that you're retiring.
How do you mean that?
Hey, Scott, I have been to the mountain, I have seen the other side, and indeed, there is life after news. Have a great retirement, and I'll see you at the coffee shop. Take care.
Scott, I want to wish you the very best in your retirement, and you're looking forward to all your happy days traveling around the world and getting to see things you probably never got to see before. But who can forget